Y'all, I am not gonna lie, I ate this up. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be filming a look using some makeup products that are staples for me and using some new makeup products that I've tried recently that I'm enjoying. So it's going to be kind of like a OG slash some new products because I thought it was going to be new products, but I realized most of the stuff I was using was old, so gotta retitle it. So if you want to see how I got this beautiful beat today, then keep watching. I've been procrastinating a lot when it comes to my channel, and I almost didn't even film this video today because I was like, oh, my hair is not done. It's looking like low-key, it's on life support. These braids are about to be taken out very, very soon. The show must go on. With all that being said, let's get into the makeup look. As you can see, I already did my skin prep. I have the faded under eye patches on. It's really good for depuffing. I actually keep mine in the fridge. You can actually use the patches more than one time, so I just keep it in the fridge, use it a couple times, throw it out, and then go on to the next pack. With that being said, let's get into the first product that I've tried recently. I was actually in the States in Sephora. One of the employees recommended. It's called the Eyelighter Concentrate. It's like a brightening, smoothing under eye serum. It has like a little depuffing tool that's supposed to be like cooling under the eye. I'm gonna take off the eye patches now. They've been on for quite some time. And I'm gonna go ahead and apply this underneath my eye. So I do the eye patch first and then I apply this. So something new that I've been doing with my routine, I've been pairing the e.l.f. Power Grip Spray with the primer, and girl, when I tell you, the skin prep is just on a whole nother level. I still do my regular skincare routine skin prep, and then this on top, I feel like my skin just looks amazing with the makeup on with this prep routine. So I just like to pat it in. You're supposed to pat it in and not rub it. And you're supposed to allow for about 30 seconds to pass before you start doing your makeup. So little tip for you guys when you're applying your primer, and you won't have to deal with like any of that patchiness that can happen. By the way, if I'm looking to the side, my mirror's there, so sorry about that. And then I'm gonna go straight in and spray the e.l.f. Power Grip Dewy Setting Spray. I'm just gonna let that marinate. I'm not gonna rush to start applying my base. I'm just gonna let it dry down. So I'm gonna start off with my brows. I'm not gonna spend too much time on it because I really wanna focus on my base today. So I like to apply some eye primer on my eyelids. Even though I'm not doing eyeshadow, I'm just going to be putting some foundation on my eyelids. I still like it because it helps to reduce the creasing. So I'm actually going to take my Smashbox foundation. It's the Studio Skin 15-Hour Wear Hydrating Foundation in the shade 4.25. I used to use this all over my face. It's a really good foundation, but I just find the Nars Soft Matte more full coverage. Still, on a day where like I want to really light coverage, I would still reach for this foundation. I think it's a really good one. I like the skin-like finish. I like the texture. I just wish it had a little bit more coverage. It's perfect for the days where you're doing like a no makeup type of look. So I'm gonna go ahead and set that with the Sephora Micro Smooth Powder. I'm in love, 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 love with this powder. It's so good. Oh my gosh. It gives you like such an airbrushed like filter type of effect. This is actually like a darker color that I use on the rest of my face, so I really want to get a lighter color for underneath my eyes and see how it does with my concealer, because yeah, this powder is really that girl. And another place I actually like to put my eye primer is in my smile lines because I tend to crease a lot. One of the reasons that I love the Nars Soft Matte foundation is that it really does not crease as much as other foundations. That's another reason why I switched to that foundation a couple years back, and I've just been using that since. So one thing I like to do to minimize the creasing even more, apart from using a foundation that already just doesn't crease too much, is applying the eye primer within my smile lines. And then I like to take some powder and set it. So I went ahead and put my lashes off on camera. So onto the foundation, I'm going in with my OG, the Nars Soft Matte Foundation. It's gonna be really hard for this foundation to be replaced for me. I have tried other foundations and I've liked them, but just not enough to give up this foundation just yet. I've been using it for probably like, I don't know, 4 years now. So I actually mixed 2 shades. I mixed Iguacu with New Caledonia. They are both the correct undertone. I have an olive undertone, which I recently discovered, and both of these have an olive undertone. Iguacu is too dark and New Caledonia is too light, so I just tend to mix them together. So I use the brush that I used to carve out my top brow. It's pretty well mixed, I would say. And honestly, the key to this is to not get too close to your brow. You can always like inch your way closer, but when you get too close and then you make it too thin, it's like you gotta go back in with the brow pencil. So I just like to take my time and make sure that I am carving them out properly. So I'm just gonna take the concealer brush from Real Techniques and blend that out. The brows are officially done. I'm just gonna take this foundation brush and apply the foundation. Do y'all see the shade match? This girl in Sephora was trying to tell me that I did not have an olive undertone. Bitch, it took me years to find out what my undertone was. Do not play with me. And she was not black. Both of these foundations are olive undertone. Somebody want to tell me that's not my undertone? So now we're actually going to get into some of the new products that I have been trying. And the first one is this Maybelline Perfector 4-in-1 Glow Makeup. I would say it's kind of comparable to the e.l.f. Halo Glow, but it actually does have a little bit of shimmer in it, but I personally like that. Before I bought this, my friend gave me like a little sample thing, so I've actually been using that because I don't like to waste. And I'm just going to apply that in like the highlighted areas kind of. Yeah, I just think it's like a really pretty like liquid highlighter. I want it to have like that glow from within look, so that's why I put it underneath the concealer. Bigger brush for this part. Such a pretty glow. Going in with my OG concealer, Juvia's Place. So personally with concealer, I always let it sit for a little bit. These are my favorite concealer brushes. So this is the Sephora Collection Pro Concealer number 71. Amazing at blending concealer. This is the Real Techniques 402 brush. It's not actually a concealer brush, I believe, but it does like a phenomenal job at blending. And then I really like this smaller brush to get into like the tiny areas or like the edge. And this is the Real Techniques 210 brush. These 3 brushes will have your concealer looking flawless. So the first thing I do is I start blending the edges. First, actually, I do my chin because I don't really need that part to be as full coverage as under my eyes. And then for the nose, I like to use the tiny brush, the Real Techniques 210. So I kind of want to just refresh my skin. I'm just going to spray some of this. So I like to start out around the edges and just kind of get that blended out first. I find that it's better to not wait too long to blend out the edges because then they end up just looking super patchy. But if that does happen, you can just do what I did and spray some hydrating setting spray in between, and then it just kind of helps it to be a little more blendable. So this is where I like to take the little brush just to get rid of that harsh line. Like I do want it to be snatched still, but I don't want it to be so harsh. So I'm just gonna lightly tap. I think I'm gonna take a risk and try to do some liquid blush today. Hopefully it turns out well. I've had these two blushes for a long time, but I haven't used them. It's the Rare Beauty blush in the shade Grateful and Joy, and I'm actually gonna mix them together. I may or may not have put too much, but we're about to find out. I feel like that's like a really subtle, pretty flush of blush. So one of the new products that I've been wanting to use for so long has been this Fit Me pressed powder for underneath my eyes. And when I tell you guys, this was worth the hype. I saw a makeup artist online say that she doesn't set her whole face because it changes the color of her foundation. I haven't put powder on my face yet and I can already see all the texture and pores, and I'm like, girl, I don't know how you do that. You must have like the most perfect skin. Then I'm gonna go in with my loose powder, which I'm using the Huda Beauty in Kunafa. Love, love, love this powder as well. I know I look like a clown, but girly, trust the process. So now I'm gonna go in with the Sephora Micro Smooth again, and this time I'm gonna be applying it everywhere to set my face, except for the parts that I put the Huda Beauty, obviously. So I'm gonna contour with the One Size palette, and I'm just gonna do like a light contour. Nothing too crazy. And I'm using the middle shade. Now I'm gonna be using the Nars Laguna bronzer. So I saw the Miss Uche using this, so I decided to snatch it up, and so far I do like it. I feel like it's pretty warm, but I just try to be a little light-handed with it. Going to do a little tiny bit of powder blush. I can still see the Rare Beauty is showing very, very nicely, but I'm in love with this Revlon blush. It's super, super pigmented. I'm gonna be very light-handed, otherwise I'm gonna look like a clown. Highlighter. So I have heard so many good things about the Charlotte Tilbury airbrush spray. So I'm just gonna do the Charlotte Tilbury to just melt everything in. So I have been loving this L'Oreal Infallible setting spray. I feel like it's very, very comparable to the One Size spray. And obviously it's a lot cheaper. It does have less product, but if you are looking for an affordable setting spray that is going to lock in your makeup, you need to pick this up right now. Whew. It smells like hairspray. So now we're gonna go on to my favorite part, which is the lip combo. So I got the new Fenty lip products and they are actually really, really good. I'm in love with the lip liners. They're super long lasting. So I'm gonna be putting on the lip liner in Cold Blooded, and I'm gonna be pairing it with the Gloss Bomb Stick in Sort of Selfish. So when I first tried Cold Blooded, it scared me. It's super, super dark, but I've come to love it. I feel like it's giving 90s lip combo and it's just super cute. One thing I do love about this lip liner is how well it applies. Normally with a lip liner, if my lips are like glossy from any other product, they do not show up at all. But this lip liner, girl. So this is Cold Blooded on my lips with nothing but the lip plumper. I'm in love. Sort of Selfish. I really, really like the shade. Let me know, what do you guys think of the look? That is it, guys, for today. Thank you so much for watching. I will be filming and posting more content, so let me know if there's anything you'd like to see. But yeah, whoever's watching this, just know to keep chasing your dreams and not to give up. It's never too late to try to be who you want to be and to do the things you want to do. So don't let anybody tell you otherwise, and just keep shining and keep trying.